G'day, today we're going to have a look at the weekly challenge in mini motorways. This one is set in Lisbon. It is the week of the 21st of July. We start with 150 road tiles, no further are offered. Always fun. Weekly challenge is now a mystery. Good luck to us. Trees can't be destroyed. I feel like we're going to be in trouble here. There's only one day left, so we'll have a pretty decent idea of the layout of the whole leaderboard. I think the 150 tile ones are usually a pretty fun challenge. But having it as a mystery, and so we're not even going to be able to have a normal chance of getting motorways. Make this real tricky. We've got to remember that we can use roundabouts to sort of claim back the occasional road tile too. So we're trying to keep that factor in as well. Already, that's a real long journey we're going to have to give for our purple. I don't see any way to make that shorter. I think if they went under to the left, I think it would be about the same. This sort of route. We'll see where our next sort of stuff comes. With the lack of motorways, like the lack of like obviously that you've got probably like a 1 in 5 chance of having a motorway show up at the end of a week, and then that we've then got a 1 in 2 chance of successfully guessing which one it is. We're gonna have some trouble. Definitely root that that's going to be a purple that sits next to that green on that double destination. That would make life real easy. But on a level like this with 150, I would say that thank goodness got a bridge. I think Lisbon is a very bridge heavy map. We'll need for bridges and motorways, because we're going to go over this water real quick. Okay. So we don't have a roundabout, so we can't cut across these guys to get in here. So I feel like we're already using a lot of road tiles. I want to really cut this down if we can. This is definitely one that we want to rearrange who's going where as we get houses around different spots. Really funny that we got a purple in a different spot to the rest of the purples. Usually this early in the game you don't get just one random house being thrown across, I don't think. At least in a scenario where I need one. But I'm really glad that we did get a purple destination so quick. I think that will speed up our score. Alright, so it's a motorway, it's a good get. It's going to be real important. Okay, so if we cut this guy that way, we get rid of these tiles. I mean, that's okay. That guy showed up. So he is now sharing with a double destination that we kind of want these guys getting up there too. What we can also do is that these guys can go this way. Get rid of that. It does mean we've only left 2 houses looking after that circular destination. I don't love the layout of those 4 houses for that yellow circular destination either. I mean, not that it's a long-term fix we want to have, but we can also have that yellow running that way too. We can just keep an eye out to see if we get more appropriate yellow on either end of this and remind us that we can use them for that guy. Okay, so we want to go pop that one out, and then we'll get this guy to go there. He's hopefully close enough that he'll survive by himself for a long time. These 2 guys and those 2 guys have really split this down the line about who's going to benefit who. I think what we could do is... I'd love for these 2 guys to go this way. And these 2 guys could go this way. We really want a roundabout somewhere in here. Glad we got another bridge. Definitely need crossings. Love to turn this guy around, but it's a critical path for this purple. Already got one really close guy there, so okay, so that guy definitely will need some support. Get these 3 purple houses to this purple destination without allowing us to turn these yellows around to help this circular destination on the left. We would have to get this purple to run like that. Okay, so we've also just encountered a whole bunch more problems. This guy here, at least we've got a nice fix for. This guy here, we're going to have him run. Must have a wall of trees on this side too. So he's going to go all the way through that gap and up. These 2 guys are going to have to go a long shot across here as well. So some pretty gross routes now having to build. Nice get of a purple, pink house. It's green, turn around and join that too. I mean, already I feel like there's 4 different locations where there would be great benefit to having motorways in both this pink here, this purple up here, obviously the orange there. Now, arguably a mistake that we've got these guys running back that way. What we probably want is these guys to go to here and then cut down. And that's our new route, because it gets those closer guys and hopefully just sort of reduces the distance for that. Alright, so we have a great new problem with green. These guys, I'm going to get all 3 of them to connect like that, and then we're going to cut this guy off. because it's just road tiles that we can recover. Because someone like this green here is going to need a few road tiles. We're going to move this to here. I'll have a roundabout. Going to get this to swing up this way. Let's move that onto that route for now. I'd love a roundabout there that this was being operated by. And we're going to take these three guys and get them connected there too. We need that moving real fast. Okay. Now we have this yellow on the bottom left, and we are down to 36 road tiles. We have 3 yellows going this way, so we're going to change them to that route. Then we can take our roundabout and we can shift it the other way. These guys are going to have to go around the long way. Did I say 2,000 was the score before? Like, lower that back down if we're not getting a second round motorway. We're out of bridges. Guarantee we're getting, yeah, traffic lights right there. These two guys are getting disconnected because we don't need those road tiles. This guy's got 4 guys looking after him and he's not major. Okay. And now he's major. So we now have this purple destination. We have this great little hub of purple houses down here, but we have the inability to get them across here because we don't have a bridge and we don't have a motorway. And I don't have an answer. These yellows can't. I mean, it's... No, I was going to say these yellows... Those yellows are going to have to be the answer here. So what we've got to do is turn these two guys around. Get rid of that. I want to leave that there. Get these two guys to connect into that. And then... I don't want this to work. It's going to be there, I guess. This guy's got to crisscross that. Purple's going to have to run this way with that bridge. We're then going to need yellow to cut back this way. And we're going to have to let orange hitch a ride as well. Yeah, I think 1500 is more going to be a acceptable score. I think 1500 would get you in the top 15%, I hope. There's another in there. Thank goodness. Okay. So the fix for the adjustment for these for getting that motorway, I think, is yellow. I think these 3 yellow guys here. Get rid of all of that, and we jump them from there to there. Now, actually, since we've gotten rid of yellow in there, we don't need that. We can actually have these two guys run like that. Get our roundabout back. I want our roundabout in here somewhere. It's weird that it's not giving me a chance to place it in there. Actually, neither of those two guys are circular at this stage, so we're going to leave it as is. They seem to be managing okay. Every time we get traffic lights, sink ever so slightly more. 14 road tiles. Now if we get a bridge, these three guys here, these yellows actually aren't too bad. They just like we could get close to them getting to this yellow here. It's not that expensive. Like arguably it's less expensive than what we're having to do for this guy here. Okay, cool. We've got these two pinks that have just been sitting there, so we can get them to just run back the other way to help that guy out. It seems like we are going to need to get these two guys connected on here, so let's get them running like that. Let's get that pink on there. Okay, we still don't have a bridge. So let's reintroduce these three guys to that, and then get them to go help down that way. Doesn't mean this pink can also join. It means that we now have that yellow and that pink operating together, and that's real ugly. I mean, there's not a lot of this that's particularly pretty. There's our 1500, so our new goal is now, can we take this all the way to 2000? Outer road tiles. Okay, so got the bridge. We have no road tiles whatsoever anymore. Who is fat that we can cut? These two guys here. That's as well. It'd be nice to get these two purple guys to connect into here as well, so they're closer, but I think that guy's okay. He's struggling with his amount, so can we get this guy in there? Just get him 2 extra guys for now. Let's also put a motorway there for a moment. Jump that way so we can get these guys going to help him out. It's not a setup I love because it's now going to pull cars in 2 different directions for red. And it also means that they could potentially come from this side, like you can see this guy is, I think. And going to run from these guys to come help over here, which we don't want. You can see he's starting to calm down now anyway. So we're all good there. We do need to use this 3rd motorway we've got though. What's the 4 motorways we've got? Okay, so I need more orange in here, or at the very least I need orange to have a bit more of an uninterrupted route in here. So what we're going to do is I'm going to have to take... It's a shame because it really takes nothing. I think that these guys stay. Let's say it takes really nothing off the length of this journey, but we need... We've obviously got red going against the grain of traffic with these pinks. If we got rid of that bridge, that connection, all of that, we then took these guys and traveled them to there. Then we took this and just waited for those road tiles to return. Those 3 guys to take care of him. They seem slightly closer for pink. Still doesn't feel like red's doing particularly well here. I don't understand what's happening here with... actually, no, what I think's probably happened is one of the reds from here probably went all the way around and connected to this guy over here. So we're just waiting for some one red car to make the longest journey. Get back. Alright, cool. So we've got this guy here. He's going to come in and help this guy out as well. We do still have one more motorway as well. So we only have red houses on this lower section and on up the top here. So every single red house is currently connected to the network with the exception of this one guy. So what we're going to do very briefly as a attempt to assist is we're going to take that guy and we'll get... I mean, we don't want to pull too many guys from him. This is the guy that's potentially going to get us in trouble. So we want to get those cars over there because every second that we can keep this guy alive is a second that we're going to sort of have to fight another day. But you can see the mess that we're sort of getting stuck into here. Round it out. Green missions that we should be taking advantage of because green's struggling a tiny bit. Everyone's struggling a tiny bit at this point. We have this purple here's only got 3 houses. We can get those 2 guys both connected to that and then just join those 2 and they can get over there and help out. Same goes for him and that guy. So this just feels like all we're doing here is attempting to put out fires until we lose. Oh, and you can see that's broken. Can we get around about anywhere in there? We got to call quits to that because that's going to make us lose it anyway. So who do we have purple wise? We've got these 2 guys here. All of those purples are sort of in use. We're going to have to say get rid of that. And we can turn those 2 guys back around. Let's see where we're about to go. We need this to come back to us as fast as it can. And how many red cars are just in this crammed in this parking lot? Now, not even the problem. Well, we'll see how that goes. It is the end of the week. So we usually always look bad. We're worse at this point, but I mean, it's just because it's an official list. Top 3, I think it's pretty fine. Oh yeah, 120, 126. What do we got on the top? I mean, 5,000 is the absolute peak of that. And you can see it drops off to 4.2 by 10. I Nice, tough one, that. Do like those. Any questions or comments, feel free to chuck them below. And until next time, catch you later. See ya.